Hey everybody, I'm Rob,
And I'm Lori Marie Jenkins.
and we are both artists who have
Moved to Costa Rica. We are on our terraza today. This is the jungle that's behind us.
Our backyard,
One of our backyards.
right? A lot of backyard.
Yes.
And so you might hear some traffic noise, so, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So welcome back everybody.
We're okay with it.
Yeah.
So today is, we have promised to go through finances. And so that is today.
Yep.
And I was just talking to Rob about it, and what I wanted to say was, trying.
There we go.
What I want to say is, I did not move to Costa Rica, and I can only speak for myself, but I did not move to Costa Rica because it was cheap. That was not one of the reasons that I moved here. I moved here for the climate. I moved here for the culture. I moved here for the serenity. I moved here for the wildlife and the water and the people. And that's why I moved here. So some things are cheaper here, and some things are definitely more expensive here.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go through this cost of what we've spent to move here, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it if they are on a shoestring budget.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely spent the entire shoe.
Right. And we're coming from this. We sold our property in California. We could have moved in the States to a cheaper area. There's a lot of things we could have done, but we both fell in love with Costa Rica. And knowing that daily and monthly expenses are probably a little bit less here than what we would spend. We're rather frugal in general, but getting here, buying property, bringing the dog, getting residency, all these things can really add up. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Residency costs and our home costs. Yours might be completely different. Many people we know have been here for years just renting.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
And maybe they're not going to buy a place. Maybe they haven't found one they want. It's possible. We've seen rentals from $300 a month up to $2,000 a month. And you could probably spend more.
Yeah.
So it really depends on your level of comfort and what you expect to get out of this.
Yeah,
So,
and your budget.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get by on a shoestring. It's probably going to be a little tougher. Maybe you wouldn't do everything we did.
Right.
So.
And I'm going to pretty much hand it over to Rob because he has the finances. And if I have something that I want to interject, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But take it away, Rob.
Yay. And if you look back on some of our early videos, we've talked about some of these issues before, some of these costs. We specifically talked about some of the residency costs months ago. And I'm just going to reiterate them because I've kind of broken everything down into a grand total for our residency costs and then our home costs here. So not to get too deep into the weeds here, for our residency costs, we hired a relocation specialist, Sarah Elena, fantastic, $1,500. We hired a residency lawyer through Sarah Elena. Andres Gomez Tristan was invaluable to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Residency is really tough without a lawyer, and they did great. And so all told, lawyer fees, immigration fees, etc., $3,500 for the two of us. And we do have a residency. It was pretty darn fast, so that's good. All of the official certifications that we needed from the States, birth certificate with apostilles, marriage certificate, everything like that, that totaled about $450. And that was done in the States. I don't know how expensive it would be if you lived in Costa Rica and were trying to get this paperwork done there.
Or how hard it would be.
Exactly.
Much easier to have that done in the States.
Yeah, shipping to Costa Rica, difficult. Bringing our dog down. Just bringing Hudson, which is a small dog, 15 pounds, grand total for USDA certifications, medications, everything.
Making sure he was up to date on everything, his paperwork.
Yes. Vet visits, official paperwork, $560 for Hudson. Doesn't count buying a carrier for him. Residency filing. That was the Caja trip that Lori Marie needed to make. And the fees for that, for both of us, $1,300. Okay, now that's her filing for health insurance and Social Security here for both of us. My border run, not necessarily part of the residency costs, but it ended up being a necessary thing. That ended up being about $130. Okay? Our monthly CAHA payments, now that we are residents, they're about $135 a month. Not too bad. It could have been a lot higher without the help of our lawyers.
Mhm.
Good stuff. DMEX payments, that was to actually get our cedulas, our Costa Rican IDs, $25. When we came down, we had a lot of stuff we brought. Shipping costs for what we're going to be shipping down, that's on the home costs. But our overweight luggage charges with Delta Airlines, that was almost $1,500.
How many bins was that? Do you
I
remember,
think we brought like 5 bins, 5 or 6 big yellow and black totes, plus 2 suitcases.
and that's the stuff that we're using here
Every
on a
day.
daily basis.
Yeah.
Right.
Some
Our
tools.
clothes,
Yep.
tools, some art supplies.
Yeah.
Um,
Some books, things like that. Enough
Yeah.
to tide us through until the big shipping trip.
right.
Okay. So let's see. Lori Marie's Costa Rica driver's license. Not too expensive. A lot of work for that. And this doesn't count actually our trip going up to Nicoya for it. So that was $40. So
Yeah, the little mini vacation was.
it was fun.
So we're not counting that.
Yes, it was fun. But we did stay up there for 2 nights.
Which was lovely.
So right now we are looking at about $9,172. And that is for the 2 of us to get our butts down here, get residency, get CAHA, and to get Lori Marie's driver's license. My driver's license will probably come in 2023. So not everybody chooses to go the residency route. We have a lot of friends here who they just do border runs. Maybe they go back to the States to visit friends and family or even work. Maybe they go take a little trip to Panama, Mexico, just up to the Nicaragua border. So again, choosing to get residency here or not, that's going to be up to you.
Yeah, that's a personal choice.
We had decided to do that, and we are on the pensionado plan. So we are using Lori Marie's Social Security monthly payments. That's our pensionado money to verify that we have steady income for Costa Rican government.
And we won't be a burden on their country.
Right.
That's what they wanted to make sure of.
Yeah. You have to prove that you have regular money or money in the bank, or you've bought property, meaning that you have the wherewithal to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Anything you want to add to that?
Nope.
All right. So
Moving on.
residency costs, moving on. Now, we haven't talked much about our home purchase costs. So there's a variety of them here. We've tried to kind of group things, but just to give you guys, I'm going to go out of order a little bit. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is the cost of our land. Land costs are going to vary across the board
Yeah.
depending on where you are and what you are buying.
Right.
So, just...
Now, mind you,
Yes.
we are not on the beach.
No.
We are up in the mountains. We are in the rainforest, and we are close to the road.
Yes.
Okay? So keeping those things in mind.
Not an ideal location here for everybody. Our casa down below is going to be quieter. It's got a wonderful view. So putting up with some road noise and having this as a nice rental for somebody in the future is wonderful. We hadn't planned on 2 houses.
No. And I have to tell you, I love the casino.
Yeah, I do too. We're really nestled in here, and it's nice. So we paid, all told, with lawyers' fees, escrow fees, and the cost of the land, $84,000. This property was $80,000 for us, and that was 2 hectares of land with a casita on it, with electricity and water.
Very important.
Very important. Don't buy property unless you have a water meter on it or know you can get one. It's often promised and it's often difficult, especially in drier locations.
Right.
Okay, so that's $84,000 there. That's money that we put in from selling our property in California. we had planned on buying here. We really didn't know what it was going to be. We didn't know if we were going to buy a ready-made house, move on in. What's the term? Turnkey.
Turnkey.
Was not.
It was not turnkey.
Okay, so.
If we turned the key on this one, we looked inside and went, what?
So in addition to buying the property, we've had a lot of costs to get it to the point where it is now, as well as some future construction like my studio. To have the survey done, to break this 2 hectares off of a larger 8-hectare plot, $500. To carve the plantel where we will build our house down below. That's with backhoes and bulldozers. That was about $10,200.
Right. So the mountain was like this, and now it's like this.
Yep. Yeah.
So that we can have a place to build the house.
Yeah, very professionally
They did a
done.
lot of
Terracing for water runoff. Very, very solid area where we will build. And so that was about 3 weeks of work with heavy equipment. And
We
so
may have videos on that.
we have videos from the past, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know that I saved them, but if you're curious, look back 4 months.
I think I may have saved some.
Okay. Yeah, so for the amount of work they did, it's a very good price. Labor here is usually a little cheaper than the States. Okay, so that's carving the plantel. The preparation of the property, in addition to carving the plantel, trenching we have had done. Removal of debris and plants, trimming trees, fumigation of the casita, all those things, that has been about $3,450 over the past 4 months. We've done some extensive remodeling to the casita. You guys have seen some of it. You've seen the interior. You've seen the fence go up and the new concrete laundry area, extended roof. So we've really sunk a lot of money into the casita, making it much more solid, much more ready to handle the rainy seasons.
Much more adorable.
Totally. Yeah, totally livable. A little bit more to Western standards, but not breaking the bank on any of the furnishings. That preparation of the property, did I just say?
No, I don't think so.
$3,457.
Oh, you may have.
Oh no, okay, that's the preparation. The casita remodel, and this is going over months. So that total of all the building we've had done here, $61,500. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And now, just to let you guys know what we were sort of prepared for coming in, how much did you say we were looking to spend on a property and a house in general?
Oh, I can't remember exactly, but I'm going to say about 350.
Yep.
Yeah, 350,000 is what we kind of budgeted in our
Mhm.
heads, not knowing exactly what we were doing or
Yeah.
how much the costs were, but it's like, okay, well, about $350,000.
That was our kind of ballpark. And so that's a good portion of what we sold our house for in California. We did all right there. And you can find properties out here for up to $5 million. Beautiful 360 views, beachfront. You can find cheaper than this too, but depending on where you go and who you deal with, prices are they're gonna be more expensive at the coast. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, so moving on. This is a funny one. 3 new windows to replace the ones that were stolen. $220.
Too early? Too soon? No, not too soon.
Not too soon. Oh my gosh, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. It was a rough time, but we got that done.
Yeah, I hope you got to see that video where our windows
Yeah.
were stolen. Anyway.
Yeah. So we've got a number of things here that are already talked about, and so home furnishings. This is all of the stuff that we had to buy for the casita because it was, as we talked about, a shell.
It was a shell.
Empty.
Mhm.
Empty. No furnishings. Nothing in the kitchen. Nothing.
No flatware, no pots and pans, no bed, no towels, blah, 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 blah,
No
blah.
chairs. No tables. Nothing.
Right.
Just a concrete box. So, washer, dryer, furniture, mostly bamboo furniture, kitchen stuff. We did bring bedding, but we had to buy a mattress and a bed. So, all told, we have spent, we're guessing about $4,600 $750 to stock this house. Obviously, we're going to need to buy furniture for the casa eventually. Probably another washer and dryer, another fridge, stove, stuff like that. So, later.
Yeah, thank you.
Shipping of goods from the States. This has gotten a little bit more expensive than our original bid because of all of the shipping issues related to COVID, coming out of COVID, all that jazz. So, all told, including insurance and also including customs duties we will probably pay in Costa Rica. We don't know until the stuff gets here. We're shipping about 5 pallets. So, 10 cubic yards, half of a 20-yard container, roughly. That's going to be about $8,200.
So can you reiterate the cost of the shipping, our 5 pallets?
Yeah, that looks like, and we're not sure of all the duties and taxes and customs, about $8,200. And we have some things that are just too big to bring on a plane or to bring in a tote. And we have enough large things that it was worth it. Again, we're using Pablo Arias. Got a recommendation from him through Sarah Elena's relocation. They've been very professional so far, and I will let you know how everything goes. It is going to be about 3 months before we get our stuff here. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but that's almost a month it will sit in customs in San Jose. Due to backlog, due to Costa Rica, pura vida, who knows. Okay, and then we've also been storing our stuff in the U.S. for 7 months. It'd be nice not to have to pay that $200 and some a month. That's $1,440. And so that was a very minimal 7 by 10 foot storage unit. That's all the stuff that we have left in the world. Everything is here or in that storage unit. So this is it. This is bringing everything. And so all told, our property, we're calling it home costs. Okay, our home costs to date, $175,000.
Okay, there you have it.
And that's before we've even broken ground on the casa down below. Yeah, so we're hoping to get some better costs on the casa and the design in future weeks, future months.
Right. Yeah, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
No rush.
Right.
No rush.
We've got time. We've got plenty to do here. And so maybe too much details for some of you. I think some of you have been pretty curious about how much are you guys spending? How much does it cost? And I would say day-to-day living, eating, utilities, gas, so many other things are definitely more reasonable here, even with inflation, than they were in the States for us.
Oh yeah, definitely. The cost of living once you're here is definitely lower than in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and you can't really put a value on our lives. So kind of a lengthy video today, but a lot of you have, as Rob said, inquired about the cost of things. And there again, I say I did not move here because it was going to be cheaper.
Right.
I moved here because I love it here.
Yeah.
So
moving,
now you know.
Moving anywhere can be expensive. Moving abroad, there's a lot more hoops to jump through, depending on how deep you want to go into residency or official paperwork. Right. So, yeah.
So the guys are getting ready to go back to work.
Right.
So I think we will end it there. Thank you so much for coming along.
Yeah. Thanks for last week's questions, comments.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything you want us to expand on with this or never talk about again, let us know.
And good luck to Rob.
Yeah.
Flying to the States. I should say flying to the States tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, stay tuned. We have some videos. I have a short little pineapple salsa video.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to tag on here too.
Yeah, some trees, some traffic, some fun stuff.
Trees, traffic, and salsa. How can you beat that? Okay, once again, thanks again. Thanks so much for coming along and all the support.
Yep.
Adios.
Ciao. We had a big storm last night, and we had a branch fall on our new fence. More than a branch. It was like a big chunk of the tree. So it came from that tree back there. I'm gonna show you guys the inside. Well, this is the inside of the fence. You can see it's a pretty good sized branch. It broke off from that right up there. And so yeah, we'll get that cleaned up, get it off the fence, see if we can repair the fence a little bit, make it look better. Maybe we'll put new pieces up, I don't know. But I heard a crash last night. That's what it was. As we know, dump trucks are always fun to watch. So here we go. You can see we got a lot of construction stuff going on, but so Hyro's trying to do this without destroying the roof of the carport here. But we should be able to get most of it out. There we go. We got a little hold up out front of the house. This is the narrow highway. And so we got this guy here. He tried to make the tight turn and couldn't. So he's blocking one lane of traffic while they empty the truck. They got another truck back there and they're emptying all the stuff out so small cars can get by but the semis can't. So this is the fun of being on a narrow mountain road. Alright, big truck might be light enough to get around the corner. He's trying. Boy, this is a tough road for these big loads. I think a lot of these trucks wouldn't even be legally allowed in the States. The truck couldn't make it out on his own. So they got this other big truck gonna try to pull and hopefully get him out of the ditch on the side of the road. So, hope they got a nice strong chain. Uh-oh, looks good. It's like movement. Think they're gonna do it? Yeah, buddy. Finally. All right, all right, all right. We're moving. So we've got another jam-packed beach here. This is just a lovely kind of rainy morning. I'm heading off to the States tomorrow. So Lori Marie and I want to do hang out on the beach. Say hi. So you can see it's like there's just so many tourists here. It's insane. Absolutely lovely. Beach is right up to the rainforest.
Okay, I'm supposed to be walking the dog. The guys are outside working on Rob's studio. But I wanted to make a quick salsa real quick. We're having people over for chips and salsa this afternoon. So I have about 3 cups of very ripe pineapple to the point where I really need to use it. Maybe a cup of red peppers. Maybe 3/4 of a cup of onions. Use red onions if you have them. I do not. Maybe a tablespoon or so of minced garlic. And 1 bunch of cilantro. Real quick salsa this morning. Oops. And some red pepper flakes. Give it a mighty stir. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Juice of 1 lime. And this lime actually came from our property. Yay. Has seeds, so I'm putting it through a strainer. I have black beans cooking. I will probably add some of those to the salsa because that's always fun, but they're not cooked yet. All right, the black beans are cooked, rinsed. I'm adding 2 cups of the black beans to the salsa. I wanted to do that as quickly as possible so that they could hang out in the fridge and marinate or marry their flavors. Absolutely beautiful. Company coming at 4. It's noon now, so this will sit in the fridge for the next 4 hours and combine its flavors. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.